Oh yeah, y'all know what time it is. It's time for Culture Junkies Live, but it's also time for the Endgame because it's here. We're less than 24 hours away from watching Avengers Endgame, which is, by all accounts, the movie of the century, decade, whatever colloquialism you want to use. This movie is it. So we're going to talk about that and a few other things on the show, but let me introduce my boys who's going to be on the show with me. Fallen Marvel, who just had a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, my friend. How are you?
I am doing marvelous. See what I did there?
Yes, totally saw what you did there. Very funny, very funny. The great Dada Kuji is also joining in, eating a shrimp loaded baked potato. Is that right?
Yeah. They call it a dumpster, something like Alfredo. I don't know. It's good.
Dumpster Alfredo. That sounds really
Something
appetizing.
like
I have to tell you.
It doesn't sound appetizing, but it tastes delicious because just think of Alfredo with the seafood stuff and some chicken on top of potatoes instead of your pasta. Yeah, it's great.
Okay. All right. Also on the show, last but not least, is Mr. GQ. How are you doing, my friend?
I am doing well. As you see, the Infinity Gauntlet and I are ready to go.
Yes.
So, I mean, half of the universe is wiped out, and I want to see what's happening with the other half tomorrow. So it's going to be
Absolutely, man. Oh my God, we are so excited. We can't wait for tomorrow to come and be able to see the show. I'm seeing it at 10 p.m. tomorrow night. I'm sure others are seeing it like at 6 or 7 or something like that. What time are you seeing it, GQ?
Tomorrow I'm seeing it at 6 p.m. and then 9:55 p.m. and then 8:45 in the morning a.m. and then I think my last one on Friday is the 9:15 p.m.
Oh,
show.
so you're doing four. You're doing
shows.
4 in 24 hours?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 4 in 24 hours. I'm doing 3.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
4 in 24 hours. Okay, yeah, I'm doing 3 in 36 hours, and I think that's doing a lot. How about you, Dada Kuji? You're seeing it what, twice in 24 hours? Is that right?
So far, that's what's planned.
Nice.
6:45 tomorrow p.m. and then 8:45 on Friday. And then I might do something else because I don't have to work that Friday. I might go see it again somewhere else. I don't know.
So you can just go see it again then, right?
Good.
Good.
Most definitely.
All right. Fallen Marvel, unfortunately, was asleep at the wheel when the notice came out. He didn't get his tickets till too late. He had to settle for the regular show. First come, first serve.
Dude,
seating.
it was literally like right afternoon, like right after 12 when I like got up, it was like, dude, like it wasn't even enough time in the day. It's like as soon as it went live.
Man, please, man. I don't even want to hear that. You was asleep at the wheel. You knew what was about to happen. Come on now.
Dude, up to that point, it was a rumor, dude. Like nobody knew whether or not it was really gonna go live on the second. Mm-hmm. Everybody was saying like might go out on the second, and it was just like that. They just broke it. They just broke down like the internet that morning, and it was just like, oh God.
And by the time you caught up, it was too late. All the tickets were going to be sold out. But yeah, no, man, this is like by all accounts, like early reactions, which I haven't read. The early reports. I mean, damn, the whole movie has leaked already in a very, very super bad bootleg that's out there. I'm not seeing that. Hell no, I ain't seeing that. Forget it. I'm staying like I'm going to have virgin eyes. I'm going to be almost like Madonna, like a virgin. You know, I'm not seeing that damn thing again at all. So I've avoided all trailers, all TV spots, nothing. Like
I highly doubt Madonna was a virgin when she made that song.
You know, you're absolutely right. There's no damn way she was a virgin when she made that song. You were absolutely right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely she was not. Yeah.
I was about to say going in there clean like a priest, but I mean, you know, the priests these days, they probably can't even say that either.
No.
I'm just going in there with no spoilers. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, there you go. No spoilers.
Not a damn thing spoiled. I made sure, just like I say, anything regarding the word Avenger and or Endgame, I instantly go blind for like 3 seconds and keep scrolling. So.
Right. So, you know, I want to welcome everybody on the show. Say hi to Anthony Mentor out there, Tony Young, which is you happy birthday, Fallen Marvel.
What's up, guys? Appreciate it.
No problem. So we need to get the chat kind of on and popping. Get more people to be joining the show right now. So tag your friends. The YouTube link is going to be shared right here in the chat. So I want you to go ahead and share that around if you want to. If you're on YouTube, or if you're not on YouTube and you know friends that would like to chat on YouTube, just let them know. So anyway, guys, there is, believe it or not, other things going on in the world besides Avengers Endgame. I know it's very surprising, but you know it is the truth. One of the things was at midnight last night, Cobra Kai season 2 dropped, and man, I don't know if I've talked about the show before, but Cobra Kai is without a doubt one of the. It was really the only reason to get YouTube Red. Let's be honest. Like the PewDiePie show, no one cared about that. A few other things, you know, as much people, you know, like to make a big deal about YouTube Red and its original content, the only really good thing about it was Cobra Kai and the return of the Karate Kid and continuing the story, and it was really very well done. Season 2 just dropped last weekend, and of course we see the return of Johnny's old sensei, Martin Kreese. Not Martin Cove, John Kreese, played by Martin Cove. And obviously he seems like he is up to absolutely no good. I've only watched one episode, but I'm eager to know if you guys have watched it, and if you haven't watched it, even if you haven't, it's received a lot of really positive feedback. So I wanted to know what classic property from back in the day that you were really a fan of kind of needs the Cobra Kai treatment or needs updating too. So let's start with the birthday boy. What do you think a classic property you'd love to see kind of like redone, like Cobra Kai has been done? You muted yourself. You always do this, man. You always mute yourself.
I got my mind's all over the place. Don't judge me.
I hear you. I hear you.
But I'm gonna have to, if in that fashion, I'm gonna have to say Last Dragon.
Whoa, the last. I don't know.
No, I could see it getting a Cobra Kai treatment because it's like it's sort of kind of had a similar feel, and plus, you know, it has cult status.
Right.
There's still a lot that they could continue.
Sure.
From that, and just try to do like, you know, sort of just kind of do like a, you know, revitalize the whole martial arts / hip hop kind of thing or whatever.
Okay.
You know?
So if you're gonna say that, no one really, I shouldn't say no one really cares about who's gonna play Bruce Leroy, but everybody wants to know who should play Sho'nuff, because that's the important thing that they have to nail. So if you're gonna say that, who should play Sho'nuff?
Shaq.
What's
God, no. Hell no. Absolutely not. Hell no.
No. Actually, what's my man that was Black Manta and Aquaman?
Oh, Yahya Abdul Mateen? I don't know.
I could see because like, you know, the reason why is because he kind of had a similar flair of that when he was on the Get Down. So it's like he could turn that up more if he wanted to. So I could see him like trying to do like a Sho'nuff type character.
All right.
So
dude, Michael Jai White.
could see him doing it.
Hey, I'd actually, you know what? I actually kind of like that. Michael Jai White being Sho'nuff.
He can do it, you know.
I mean, he could. I ain't gonna lie, he could.
Hey, my boy Marcus D. Boss, he says Ludacris should play Sho'nuff. As skinny as, you know, he's got the mouth. That'd be dope. What do you think? What do you think, guys? Ludacris is Sho'nuff.
About that. I don't know. Luda's,
hey, you know what? You know why? The only reason why he's saying that is because he light skinned just like him. So you know that might be why.
What's wrong with that?
I mean, it's not, but Luda kind of sawed off. Like, it's got to be somebody tall.
No, man, I ain't got nothing wrong with
Luda. Kind of sawed off though, man. Like, it's like, I mean, like somebody else also said, my man, Shakir Mustafa. If I said that right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like somebody said him, of course, and it was like he was like the other person I thought.
Excuse me.
And it was just like, I mean, I don't know. Like he could. I just wonder, like, I would have to see what his level of like flamboyantly crazy he could put on. I have to see that from him, and only then I could be convinced. That's why I went with my man from
Yo, okay,
before.
that's it. Anthony Mentor's got it. Snoop should play Show Enough.
Oh my, come on, y'all, really?
What? What's wrong with Snoop playing Show Enough?
I walked right back in the middle of this, and that's the silliest thing I've ever heard you ever say.
Come on, man.
Like,
you
I'm
know
sorry, no. Like,
he would
listen,
come up with
like,
the dopest rhymes, though, man. Oh man,
look,
he'd be straight gang.
Show
You
Enough is
know
not a
Snoop been
rapper.
taking MMA lessons. Come on, man.
No.
Snoop would be too chill and laid back, man. I mean, he ain't screaming like how my man
Snoop
was.
disqualified himself when Bones came out. Okay, he disqualified himself from anything.
Was it the perm
like
that did
motion picture?
Was it the perm that did it, man? Was it the perm that did it?
It was that A1 sauce ass blood they had in there. That's what.
If you really want to do Show Enough right, you have to do Michael Jai White.
Oh yeah, that's what Dido already said. Dido absolutely said.
Well, I missed that part. So see,
yeah,
look at that. Look at that. We on the right side of the argument right here.
Oh, okay, sure, okay.
Right.
Tony Young says Billy Blank should come out of retirement and play an aged broken Show Enough. I think not, sir. I think not. No.
Somebody else said Terry Crews.
Yeah, Cortez Stalwart says Terry Crews. That would actually be kind of funny based on how he is.
I think it'd be funny though. I mean, it'd be.
Yeah,
that would be hilarious.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny.
I can see Terry Crews if you go the comedy route. If you want to go a real martial arts movie,
you got to do Michael Jai White.
You got to get NJ Dub. Got it.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so if we're not doing Last Dragon, so let me turn it over to the great Adakuzu. What classic property needs the Cobra Kai type wax on, wax off treatment?
That's an extremely difficult question because a lot of those things, it's kind of hard to imagine them taking something like that and turning it into something as good as Cobra Kai became. Because, like, one of my favorite action movies out of the 80s is straight up Big Trouble in Little China. And I can't see that at all because it was a story, it was told, and they were done. So it's not like, 30 years later, we're going to have what's Wang and Miao Yin's kid are, going to be doing. So something that could get, it would have to be episodes, right? Not a movie.
No stipulation. No stipulations.
Gosh, no, and I want to say you come back to me because there's so many of them. Like my brain is a lot of the stuff that I like is perfect.
I can come back to you, not a problem.
You can talk Ferris Bueller, but not make it. It couldn't be a continuation. That's a problem. It couldn't be his son. It would have to be a kid that has a charisma like Ferris Bueller and him to go forward, or even like maybe the Revenge of the Nerds because nerds are different than
that. Actually, wouldn't be bad.
80s.
That's actually not a bad idea. That's actually not a bad idea. Revenge of the Nerds. That would actually not be a bad idea. I kind of would like to see that.
Except for the fact that the first thing would be like it'd be all Twitter and Instagram battles.
Probably
throughout like the whole show, and then anti-bullying messages.
They would probably make it like the Big Bang Theory, and I'm like, fuck this shit.
Right. No, here's the thing though. Ferris Bueller had a TV show. I mean, it sucked.
Yeah,
it sucked. Yeah. That was the first. That was what Jennifer Aniston's first live action role. I think she played Jeannie.
Oh gosh,
what?
That's
yes,
she
did.
That was Jennifer Aniston.
Yes, she did. She was a brunette.
Yeah,
she played Jeannie.
It was Jennifer Aniston, most definitely. But Parker Lewis came and he couldn't lose.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was the real Ferris Bueller show. That wasn't Ferris Bueller.
I see Big Kahuna is on, so he needs to.
Is he?
Basically, he needs
Congratulations.
to. He needs to. Yes, glad to have you back, sir. But
glad
to
see that you're doing well, buddy.
Yeah, but if you want this Avengers ticket, you need to like say something in the chat and
call him now. Call him now.
No, you don't need to call me.
Call now for your free ticket.
You better put your acknowledgement in the Facebook chat. Because that's how you pop up. So 8:45 Friday morning, $11.
Right. Yep. Be there. Be there. You definitely don't want to lose it.
Be
So
square.
some in the chat. Marcus D. Boss also says Revenge of the Nerds. Tony Young says Spencer for Hire. Spencer for Hire would be dope as hell, especially if they put it on YouTube or something like. I mean, not YouTube. Put it on Netflix or something like that. That would be dope as hell. Anthony Mentor also says Revenge of the Nerds. It would have to be a total rewrite based off. Oh, obviously, of course. Obviously, of course. Anthony Mentor's wife, Tony A. Mentor, who we haven't seen in the chat in a while. Welcome back, lady. It says Hill Street Blues. Hill Street Blues is a read.
Hold up. Cagney and Lacey.
Wow.
If they
that
did a
would go
Cagney and Lacey,
really well.
It'd be like, it'd probably be, what's her name from Saturday Night Live? She was also in the new Ghostbusters movie. I can't remember her name.
Kate McKinnon?
It'd probably be like her and somebody else.
Apparently, Carla Gugino was on the Ferris Bueller TV show as well.
Was she?
Really?
Yep.
Now,
Yep.
Was she Sloan? Sloan, maybe?
No, she was not. And Payson, whoever that is.
Whoever that is. Yeah, she's faded away into obscurity. Alice Riley says Little Shop of Horrors. Tony Young says the A-Team. No, the A-Team would be too involved for a. I don't know if they could do the A-Team right nowadays. Because when they tried with the movie with Liam Neeson and Rampage Jackson and Bradley Cooper,
that movie was freaking good. I don't care what nobody says.
It was good.
It was decent. It was decent.
No, it was good, man. It was good. I liked it a lot. Yeah, I liked it a lot.
I thought it was cool. Like, I mean, I vaguely remembered 18 from back in the day, so I wasn't like a huge fan.
You was just too young. Okay, you was just too young. Just say
I
that.
was too young when 18 was out. So
yeah, just say that.
But I knew of it. I watched, whatever. But like, I saw the movie. I thought the movie was cool.
Right.
Just say,
All right.
I enjoy myself.
All right. So GQ, what do you think is a classic property that needs updating like Cobra Kai got?
A classic movie property that could get a good update, or TV property, right?
Yep.
I mean, as I look over at the wall of greatness, and realistically, like, as much as I like the movie, it was kind of complete. But I like Krull. Like, I would love to see them expand on the world of Krull, because Krull was actually a really cool. It was basically like one of the first RPG blueprint movies that ever came out that I've ever seen. Like, it literally started off with like, the young adventurer or the hero and his mentor, and then they just started picking up party members as they were going along. So okay. I'm like,
all right, stop. I gotta stop the show. I gotta stop the show. Tony A. Mentor, why would you ever say the Care Bears need to be updated? Like, no.
I thought they did.
They were already. We don't need another we don't need another My Little Pony rehash of the same.
Hey man, and I got a bone to pick with you. How dare you say Back to the Future needs an update? There's some things you just don't touch, and that's one of them. Back to the Future is one of them you don't touch.
I mean, but if you could watch the cartoon out of the cartoon that they had out of it, like, I mean, you could do a lot with that.
I mean, yeah, it's got potential, but man, I don't know, man. Some classics should just be left alone. Like,
it's like, look, as long as they don't try to rewrite the originals, they can do whatever they want with it. As long as it's good.
Is Back to the Future really that heavy of a classic, or is it just the first two were that good? And then
the first two were fantastic. The third I could just leave alone and never even acknowledge.
I mean, I like the third one, but like, it does pale comparison to the first two.
But that's the thing. We're right back into the mix of the way Karate Kid was. The first two Karate Kid movies were great.
Oh, no question.
The third one, I like Mike Barnes. I hope Mike Barnes shows up in Cobra Kai at some point.
Honestly, yes, that would actually be pretty dope. Yeah, I would like that. I think they. I was watching the Collider podcast, I think a couple of weeks ago, and they actually made mention of like all the characters in what they consider the Miyagi verse, because even Julie from the next Karate Kid, Hilary Swank's character, they consider her to be part of the canon. They mentioned Mike Barnes coming back as well. They mentioned Elizabeth Shue coming back as Allie somehow. Would be good. Now, even though it's not classic and I want to see them do something with it, Tony A. Mentor said Red Sonja, and I would love to see Red Sonja, honestly. Done right in the first way. She also said Romancing the Stone and Jewel of the Nile. Do you think they could do those movies nowadays and it would still be considered good and not be too cheesy? Or is some things just the time is just passed it by?
Some things should be better left at the bottom of the bargain bin.
and I take it you feel like that's one of them, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Romancing the Stone. It was a poor man's Indiana Jones attempt, and Indiana Jones is the deal. When it comes to that whole sort of action style movie, that's Indiana Jones. I don't want no knockoffs.
Okay. Johnny P says is watching over on YouTube. He says, "How about Kung Fu: The Legend continues?"
I'm mad that they took it from Bruce Lee in the beginning, but y'all can fuck that show.
Right. Exactly.
Sorry, man. After I found out that was Bruce Lee's show and they fucking hold Bruce Lee like that, man, fuck that show.
No, they'd have to like put in like an Asian lead as Kane. Like they'd have to.
Oh yeah. They would definitely do it right. She's trying to say there's too much testosterone. I'm trying to give you all some estrogen. Look, it's not.
I don't need no estrogen. I am 100% happy with my overdose of testosterone.
Me too. Now, it's not our fault that Miao Yin decided to take a sabbatical because she's a victim of her own location and doesn't want to talk Avengers Endgame or anything about it for at least another few days because she can't see it till Monday. You know, it's not our fault that she decided to take a sabbatical today. You know, that's her choice. Alice Riley said a modern MASH. And I also saw someone mention the Beastmaster, doing a Beastmaster show.
They tried.
They did have one. I think it was in the late 90s.
Wasn't Mark Singer in that? Wasn't Mark Singer in that show too?
No, I think they did one more recent than that.
I don't remember.
Let me check.
I'll have to think about that.
Let me check.
Because I saw a Beastmaster. I saw a Beastmaster show in the Blu-ray section of Best Buy. So Best Buy don't hang on to nothing for too long. So I think that Beastmaster one was a little bit more recent.
So what about the a modern MASH show? Suicide
is Painless. I don't know. That's a weird theme song. I'm sorry. That's just a weird theme song.
Talking about having MASH in like Afghanistan.
Right. MASH would be so controversial if you tried to redo it now. Like, people are so freaking sensitive about everything, and I think that would be one that would just get everybody's ire, unfortunately, because you'd have to set it in one of the modern wars, and all those were so controversial to begin with. Vietnam, I mean, obviously, sorry, what was it, the Korean War that was based on?
That was the Korean War,
yeah, that was already controversial too. So, I mean, again, it'd be the same thing, but you already know full well that show probably would last one season and then get yanked.
Yeah, I can see that. But anyway, Cobra Kai is Tony Young is just throwing out all kinds of classics now. He said, well, one wasn't a classic. He said Thunder. He said Thunder in Paradise. He said Thunder in Paradise. He said Thunder in Paradise. Well, actually, he said Airwolf earlier. He said Airwolf. No, he said Airwolf first. Then he said Thunder in Paradise.
Airwolf was cool, but the only reason Airwolf, now that I look back at it, the only reason Airwolf was cool because that helicopter had that cool ass sound effect for its engine. Like, yes, that was the main thing I liked about Airwolf. Now that I really think about it, because I looked at the show and okay, whatever.
Yeah, man. Now, I'm like watching the when you watch the reruns on like on the El Rey network, it's like, okay, this show is kind of boring, dude. It's like, but when Airwolf goes into action and you hear that sound and you hear that theme music kick in, oh yeah, I'm all about it. I'm all about it. It's great.
Exactly. But the other thing is though, they brought up what was it? Thunder in Paradise. I mean. You could get Hulk Hogan to play an older. I mean, he is older. No, but you can get him to be like the head of the team, and you could get like Liam. You could get Liam Hemsworth and a couple other people in there, maybe.
Marcus,
this is shaping up to be a really bad picture already.
I mean, do you guys just have like Wikipedia listing of all the 80s action shows just up on your list? Because you're literally just going down the list. Marcus Smith just said The Fall Guy, and then Anthony Minter just said Manimal. Like they're just thinking of like all the old genre TV shows and
that's what they did. I think they hit Google and went through suggestions, and that's all they're doing.
Right. They're just running them down. I want real quality answers. Like, did nobody say Moonlighting? And like, Moonlighting was like one of my favorite shows of all time. I could see them redoing a Moonlighting type show that breaks the fourth wall.
Who was that? Was that Tony? Was that Tony Mentor? Tony.
That said what? That said Manimal?
Tony Mentor. We found your estrogen right there with that response.
Oh damn!
Wow, you asshole! Wow.
I mean, she was looking for some estrogen. There you go, right there.
No, man, Moonlighting was a damn good show, man. It was the first. It was because of Bruce Willis.
Dude,
he made the show.
Okay, and I'm pretty sure Dida Kuji can back me up on this. Wasn't nobody checking for Bruce Willis because of Moonlighting. We was checking for Bruce Willis because of what movie?
Die Hard.
Thank you very much, sir.
The only reason he got Die Hard was because of Moonlighting.
Not really. They were looking
yes,
for
it
other
is
stuff because
they were looking for other people.
You do know that Bruce Willis wasn't like an action star at all until fucking Die Hard, right? And then that became his queen. That became his staple. That became
right. See, but if I remember correctly, when they were casting for that movie, they had someone else in mind.
Yeah, they did. But
then they saw Moonlight. Saw him on Moonlighting.
Get out of here,
let's put it this way. And Dido and I had the exact same answer on this one. The only reason we know about Bruce Willis is because of Die Hard.
Oh wow!
Forget
you guys. Forget you guys. Hey, look, Tony A. Mentor says Dynasty. Dynasty actually has a show on the CW right now, so that's out.
Reboot.
Yeah, that's out.
Dynasty had that theme song though.
It did though. It did though. It really did.
I ain't had enough shows about like rich white people. I'm good.
Now,
without a doubt.
Tony Young says The Equalizer, but seeing as how Denzel is doing such a damn good job in those movies,
I think we they ain't gonna be able to touch that for a while
because I never seen them.
You ain't seen either one?
No,
I saw the first one recently. It was actually pretty decent. I haven't watched the second one yet.
I've never seen either one.
I haven't seen the second one.
Meaning to.
Wait,
I just
never... you haven't seen the other one? I'm like you don't really watch TV like that.
I never saw Man on Fire either.
I didn't see Man on Fire, but I did see The Equalizer. Like I caught it when it was on cable, like when it was on FX, and when it was
hold on. Did you really just both of y'all ain't seen Man on Fire?
Nope.
No, I wanted to see Man on Fire, but I hadn't. But I did see The Equalizer. And I love Denzel in the Equalizer, so I know he did a damn good job in Man on Fire too.
Well, first of all, it's Denzel, so the good job is already kind of an establishment. It's like it's already there. It's like
because it's Denzel,
no matter what movie it is, he already did a good job. It's just whether the movie was good or not.
Right.
But come on, man. Man on Fire is where the whole line comes from. I wish you had more time. Like, that is like the best line out of that movie. How y'all not seen that?
Bro, I want to see it, but at least I can say I saw Fifth Element, so.
Yeah, that's true.
So did I.
Here we go.
So did I.
Oh, you finally saw it?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear this.
Okay, hold on. Where does the movie start off at, Fifth Element? Where does it start? Where's the opening sequence?
It's
Dude, I haven't watched that movie in years, and I can tell you right off the bat where it starts off at.
Exactly. So, come on, you've seen it recently. Come on now. Apparently.
Not only come on now, but a famous actor was in that fucking movie.
Exactly.
Dude, come on. I ain't watched that movie in at least 5 years, and I can tell you where it was set and what the famous actor that was in there who was most recently in the news because something really tragic happened to him.
Wow. Apparently.
Really tragic.
Yeah, really tragic. I mean, like, the most tragic that can happen to somebody in their life.
No, Tony, yeah, don't say about damn time just yet, because it don't sound like he's actually seen it. Josh Monday,
he fell asleep on it. He turned it on and then fell asleep on the couch.
Yeah, I might have.
Hold on. Now Monday, Greatest American Hero reboot, not with Kevin Hart.
Not with Kevin Hart.
Greatest American Hero could be interesting.
Greatest American Hero would be great, just not with Kevin Hart. Absolutely not.
Yeah, let's not put Kevin Hart in that yet. Like I don't know. Like I'm not ready for him to be in a superhero role of any kind yet.
Right.
If at all.
Not even a half hero.
James Combs just said Fall Guy reboot. We did mention that earlier. But man, we've spent about like 20 minutes talking about it. I didn't know this was such a very
It's a hot topic that we should probably like throw a couple of polls up about and revisit.
We probably should. But
the only other thing that happened was recently was Mortal Kombat 11 came out, but that's about it.
That's true. That's true. But we will move along to the next topic. I would like to talk about Cobra Kai season 2 at full length. Maybe next week after I had a chance to watch the entire season. I encourage the rest of you guys to do so as well. So the next thing I kind of wanted to bring up was, did you guys hear that that Ian Glenn got cast as Batman in the Titans?
Yes,
No,
I did.
old ass Jorah
Yes.
Mormont from Game of
Yes,
Thrones.
I did, and more than likely, from what I heard, they said that he probably just show up as Bruce, not as Batman. Really?
No. I saw a post earlier that said that he's actually going to be Batman.
I mean, look, I don't. How old is the actor? How old is he?
Ian Glenn, I think, is in his 60s right now. Let me.
Still too old. I'm sorry, that's still too old.
So my question,
like the thing is, he's literally like probably like a decade, maybe less away from being.
Oh, excuse me. He's 57
Batman.
years old. He's 57 years old.
He's pushing 60.
Yes, he's pushing 60. Alice is trying to get on me, saying, stop hating on old Batman. The man can act. Now, that's my question. What is this fascination with old Batman? I don't get it. I don't get it.
I'm saying they want old Batman.
You
but they
are a
refuse to
comic
do
book
Batman Beyond
aficionado.
Batman. Like, I don't.
There is an old Batman in the comic books.
Who cares? That's not the
Yeah,
best
boy.
version.
Called Batman
Batman
Beyond.
has to get not only Batman Beyond, but like freaking the Dark Knight Returns, if I remember, is old.
But
what's the problem?
Those are
He
the
gets-
outliers. Those
Why
are
they
not
have
the
other
norm.
Stories.
Those are not. Those are the outliers.
It-
They're not the norm. See,
I
so wait.
agree,
Let
but
me
it
sum it up for
doesn't
you, okay?
have to be.
Let me sum it
It
up for you,
doesn't
okay?
have to
Let me
be.
sum it up for you, okay? We have never had a 100% accurate representation of Batman in live action ever. It's always been pieces of him. We want a fully realized, actualized Batman, the detective, the action hero, the master of disguise, all of that. And you
Okay,
can't do that when he's old and shit.
I mean, again, first off, Gary Oldman can't play Batman because he's already playing Commissioner Gordon, so you ain't gonna get that. Second, you're dealing with Warner Brothers and DC, so don't expect too much
Can't
now.
be technically, but
And the worst part is here, I'm mad now because this dude's younger than Kevin Conroy, and Kevin Conroy is the only person that I want to play old Bruce Wayne.
Right.
And
Not you. You wouldn't want that Michael Keaton be old Batman.
Michael Keaton, he belongs to Marvel now. He's a Marvel property.
He's the Vulture.
Right now.
Yes, he's the Vulture.
Dude. I'm sorry, his Vulture was freaking awesome.
His Vulture was awesome.
I had never liked the Vulture before. And he played the Vulture. I was like, oh my god, this character is awesome, man. Like,
Did a good job.
Never should, because in the cartoon I hated him. Absolutely hated. Adrian Toomes was nothing to me.
yeah,
Right. He was an old man.
Right.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
Monday is funny. My boy Monday is funny, man. He said we had a fully realized Batman. His name was Adam West.
Fully realize if your name was Joel Schumacher.
Right.
So,
But no, go ahead. You were saying about
I'm just mad to find out that Kevin Conroy is 63. I'm like, dude,
right.
like that's my old Bruce right there. Like, period. Because the voice is already there. Yeah, all I got to do is just sit there and watch the man act. Dang, I believe he's 63. We're getting old.
It's like, okay, so here's my other issue with old ass Bruce, right? So Ian Glenn is 57 years old. I think the age of Dick Grayson in Titans right now, he's in his early 20s, right? Batman adopted him when he was like 13 after his parents died. So, and that was like 5 years within his career. So we're talking 15 years. So you count back 15 years, we're saying that Ian Glenn's Bruce Wayne started being Batman when he was 45? Really? No.
You worse to that eBay dude that was trying to get Dido to sell him something, man. Come on.
Right. It was like,
Your
no.
math is all sorts of
The
off.
math is off, but just because you're in your 60s as an actor doesn't mean that the characters is in his 60s.
Exactly.
So it doesn't matter.
Right. As long as they do not have him out there trying to be warehouse scene Batman, he's fine as Batman. As long as he ain't doing nothing. As long as he's just in the suit, intimidating somebody. That's all he needs to do. Because as soon as they throw a fight scene out there, it's going to be a stunt double anyway, but I'm not going to believe it. It's going to take me completely out of that. But him being old Bruce is fine, though. I just would have a hard time separating him from
but eventually they're going to bring in the Batman stuff at some point. I know they are. So because this is a DC oriented show that basically revolved the whole show around Dick Grayson and Batman whole backstory. So it's like it's going to happen, but it's like at the same time.
I'm sure it will. But here's the funny thing: going back to their favorite crutch.
Yeah,
and absolutely.
And it's just like my whole thing is just the fact that it's like can we get someone that's like, still is like like just still somewhere like in a prime
in their
age,
30s.
like.
Give me the 30s.
Late 30s, early 40s. Still,
I take mid to late 30s. Mid to late 30s. I'll take that.
Because that's the age he would be at, like at this point.
Exactly. You wouldn't be talking about Scott Adkins, would you?
Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe.
That would work. That would work for me.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would.
But I don't know. Just I mean, look, if he does a great acting job, that's awesome. But it's just like again, like I'm not a fan of the show anyway, as it is. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm just
I that's really my only gripe with Ian Glenn. No, look, Ian Glenn as an actor, dude is fantastic. I'd never take anything away from him. Dido, you would know him if you haven't seen Game of Thrones yet. You know him because he was in that Resident Evil 4, the movie. Resident Evil 4.
I watched Game of Thrones.
Okay,
I watched all the way up to
and
season
Jorah
7.
Mormont, and he does a good job in his action scenes as Jorah Mormont. Sure, but I don't know, man. It's like I don't know.
See, my thing is that you people nowadays,
you
for
people,
reason,
you people,
wait. What do you mean,
you people?
I didn't say you people. I said people.
No, you said you people. You said you people.
Rewind it.
I got a you.
You can rewind it. I didn't say you people.
You said you people.
Anytime I hear the word people, I always back up and hear if I heard a you before that.
Right. Right. You people.
Whatever. Now I'm about to say it. You people out there, loud, clear, for whatever reason, can't. Acting. We've talked about this before. What is it? It is a person who is in real life playing a character that is not or could be based on real life. Batman is not real life. So therefore, a person should be able to act as if they are this fictional character. It should not matter at all how they are in real life, as long as they can portray said character and act to bring that character to life. Why can't people see past that? They don't have to be the age of the character because makeup and hair treatments and all that other stuff. Samuel L. Jackson's in his 70s. This man's still running around doing action movies. We don't know how old he is in these movies. We don't care because he does a great job because he's acting. I mean, Gary Oldman, the chameleon, he's probably been in 15 movies and we don't even know it because he acts. So my thing is, why is it a big issue that
I agree to your point. To a point, though, because again, I don't want to see Eartha Kitt playing Catwoman right now.
That'd be hard to do, seeing as how she's under the ground. She's kind of dead, so she can't really do
There
that.
are limitations to that.
Zombie Earth.
And then it's kind of funny because Tony Young said like with him being cast is going to be accompanied by Liam Neeson action cutaways.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna get 15 cuts of him getting into the Batmobile.
Right. So Hand of Omega says, first of all, you need to rock you rock that William Shatner really well, Dino.
Acting, exactly.
And yet he says, then in the next breath he says, and yet he still complains about how old high school kid actors look.
Well, a lot of them do look pretty old because I believe, and yeah, I can go on that because when you are acting as a job, correct? And because it is a job, they have certain laws for kids than they do for adults. Right. So there is a small problem for actually putting a kid under 18 because they can only work a certain amount of hours. They still have to get these things, these amenities done. And most places, they don't want to do that. So they have to get somebody who is an adult that looks young. And sometimes they do miscast on that. I'm not saying the shit's perfect, man. I'm just saying a long, long time ago, people acted and they pretended to be something that they were not. That's what acting is. And now people don't want that. You have to be the same race as you are in real life as you are in a thing. And I understand why, because that's it can be offensive to some, but you have to be the same religion. You have to be the same height, or you get it. It's acting. It's acting.
So wait, so you're chastising people for wanting accuracy. So let me ask you this though.
No, the accuracy.
No, wait. I'm asking
you.
But I'm asking you in general. Is it really that hard for them to cast age appropriate Batman, or did they feel like they had to get a name attached to their somewhat struggling show?
I'm gonna ask you two questions as well as answer that one. Batman's 80 years old, so I don't give a shit. So they can cast whoever they want in between that freaking age group. So yes, they wanted a name, I guess. To me, that guy's not a big name, but he may be a good actor. He might be able to. And I don't know if we're talking about Bruce Wayne or Batman.
He's a name attached to one of the bigger properties in
Which one
the
are we
world
talking about? Because I thought that they're cast the guy to play Bruce Wayne, and they're still casting somebody else to play Batman.
Not from my understanding.
Okay, then I don't think he's going to be suited up.
But
still
but anyway, as far as we know, I don't know. We shall see.
Tall Wolverine did work, John P. You tell him.
Yeah, Tall Wolverine worked. Tall Wolverine did work.
But who are we really gonna find that's like 5'4" in real life that's jacked?
You would have had to get a luchador wrestler.
Now, right, I was just about to say. Now, if he hadn't gone crazy, Chris Benoit would have fit the bill. If he hadn't gone crazy,
but they didn't call him Rabbit Wolverine for nothing. With The Rock,
yeah, they didn't call him Rabbit Wolverine for nothing.
Arnie Reyes?
They really had.
No,
Beach movie.
Baywatch.
Talking about Zac Efron?
Zac Efron.
Oh god.
Yeah, because how tall is Zac? I'm just saying.
No.
How tall is he?
No.
First of all, that's not a fair comparison. That's not a fair comparison because The Rock is 6'5". So.
Right.
No. What I'm saying is
right.
You guys are looking at pretty boy Zac Efron. Throw fucking mutton chops on his ass.
Here's the thing.
He's 5'8".
Here's the thing. I don't
Jack.
Zac Efron is cool. Zac Efron is cool, but I don't see him committing the same way Hugh Jackman committed.
Yeah, no, he committed.
Probably not, but you never know.
Because Hugh Jackman committed for 17 years.
But you're right. Yeah, you're right. He probably wouldn't commit for that long. You want someone like a Chris Hemsworth who came out and said, even though he's in his 40s now, he said he wants to play Thor as long as Marvel will let him
Chris Hemsworth is in his late 30s.
Okay, late 30s. But he wants to play Thor for as long as Marvel will let him.
Dude,
he's like, no, don't recast.
That's a steady paycheck. Are you crazy?
Absolutely. Yeah, no. And to Alice's point, I was going to bring this up that Zac Efron is getting ready to play Ted Bundy. So I think he's a good enough actor. He'd stretch himself. He'd look the part of Wolverine. But I think
they're changing his face though.
Dude, if not for the difference in melanin,
exactly, he's still a pretty boy.
Right. If not for the difference in melanin, I could play Ted Bundy. I'm just saying.
You being black, I think it'd be hard for you to play.
That's
Ted
what
Bundy,
I just. What was the first thing I said?
I'm just saying. I'm reiterating your point. I'm backing you up, man. That's it. Backing you up. So anyway,
we need to move past this. It's time. I'm starting to get the Tyrone shakes and scratches and whatnot.
Yeah, you got any more than you got any more than Endgame? Yeah, I know. I hear you. So okay, Without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about Avengers Endgame. You know, like I said, we're less than 24 hours away from Avengers
Less
Endgame
than.
being in the theaters. Like a lot of us cannot wait. So first question I wanted to ask you and the rest of Junkie Nation out there: what plot threads interest you most going into this movie?
Plot threads? Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
Man, look,
I
listen.
don't know.
Okay,
Because like
we
there's
had,
the plot thread, like so for instance, right? So obviously the biggest obvious plot thread is how are they going to defeat Thanos? That's one plot thread. What's the dynamic between Captain Marvel and the rest of the team going to be like? You know, as far as like her being gone, you know, for years. How is Tony going to get back to Earth if he does get back to Earth? Indeed. You know, how does Pepper fit into all of this? What role does Okoye play, or anything like that? You know, plot threads like that. You know, or even
man,
you know, things like that.
it's hard to even answer that because for one, we had to wait a year to see how this story was going to conclude, and we got like little tidbits here and there since. But going into this movie, it's so much can happen, and it's hard to really pinpoint on what exactly will take place. Now, there has been talk whether or not Nebula is going to play a part in, like, you know, whatever the situation because of the whole comic book thing. But once again, we can't really depend on that because the Russos are like the masters of deception. Them and Feige at this point. They're masters of deception, and they know how to keep their audience interested. They know how to do that. So it's just so many things going into this. Just how are they going to get everything, you know, trying to working together? Who's going to get along with who? What's going to happen if they manage to get everybody back, or how that will that change? It's just too much to guess right now. And the thing is, I have no idea what is going to happen. That's the way I like it going into this movie, and it's hard to even answer any type of what kind of story thread thing is going to happen, who's going to do what. It's way too many possibilities right now. It's just
Okay.
way too
Well,
many.
we got a couple. Monday actually said one of them, and I think it's a very interesting one. How did Ant-Man get out of the quantum realm? Is one of them. And he said,
I don't know how, but I bet you he visits that city.
But what?
There is from my understanding, now granted, I will reiterate this a million times because I don't read comic books, but I do talk to people who do, and I look at videos about people who do. And apparently in the microverse, there is a subatomic city.
Oh, yes.
That people don't know about, and I think that's where Janet Van Dien got her clothes from, how she survived, and I think that's where Scott Lang will be headed to.
It's actually not a bad guess. Alice is she's tired of all the analysis and all the speculation. She just wants to be in the moment. Hey, girl, I can't hate on you.
Feel the same way too.
I feel the same way, but we're like 24 hours here. I thought, you know, it still would be fun to kind of just chat and kind of see if everybody kind of was along the same lines as far as like what they're looking forward to. So Miayan decided to pop her head up in the chat, even though she said she wanted to avoid all the Avengers talk and stuff. She couldn't help but put herself in there. If you got time for that, you should have popped in onto the show. That's all I'm saying. Because we've already been chastised for not having enough estrogen on the show. You got too much testosterone, so I'm gonna blame you for that. That's all your fault.
Your little
shut up. Nope.
Your little moonlighting escapade is already
moonlighting escapade, bro. No, look, I said Bruce Willis was.
No, you said you used to love and watch that show. So
yeah, for Bruce Willis.
That's not even remotely believable, but okay.
Oh, okay, whatever, man. Look, as someone that obviously didn't watch the show, so it's obviously someone that didn't watch the show, you don't understand. So anyway,
yeah, I really don't need to either.
Okay, well, sure.
You know what? Alice is 100% right. We could probably flip this topic to our favorite Avengers moments thus far, because again,
yeah, we could.
My analytical brain, I might actually figure out the plot by accident, and I don't want to do that.
Right. I understand that, but let's I think it's fairly interesting. So fine, this topic is kind of dead on arrival. If no one wants to talk about it,
it's not that it's dead on arrival. I just think all the analysis and all the possibilities. I don't want to like actually talk about something that actually might actually happen, and then you be in the theater like, damn it.
Oh, you mean like all those annoying YouTube movies and clickbait articles of the endless threads and possibilities that are out there? Like, is Ant-Man gonna defeat Thanos by shrinking into his butthole? I mean, like, comes up with shit like that. Like,
the thing is, I was surprised that actually became a thing. It's just like, see, nobody even thought it was like, okay, maybe he can go in his ear and explode his head from the inside. Just
I was just like,
there's no other option. It had to be in his anus. Like, it just
right.
And the funny thing is though, because science actually broke it down and it wouldn't work. So there is that.
So you actually took the time to watch that and read that?
Because science is good, because it actually breaks down the actual potential science behind all of these various little theories that people come up with. Now, granted, they had to take some liberties because we don't know Thanos' physiology.
Right.
But, no pun intended, like it would not work according to the, there's just particular factors that will prevent that from working based on what we've seen of how durable Thanos actually is. So I like the idea of it. So I was like, okay, sweet, cool,
interesting. So
Mike
Tony
Riley
Young said,
up in this place. What's
"Oh,
up,
Mike Riley's on. Mike Riley's on. Nice.
Top notch Grizzly.
Welcome to the show, sir.
Riley.
Welcome to the show. So we'll move on to the next topic anyway. So the next thing I wanted to ask is who, if any, do you not see coming out alive of this? Like, I know a lot of people like saying, oh, Captain America is gonna die, oh, Iron Man is gonna die, oh, Thor may die, yeah. So
you really missed the whole thing of what I just said. Because the last time we did this, I correctly predicted Mjolnir. I'm sorry, not Mjolnir, but Stormbreaker and various things. I would rather not do any potential what might happen.
Okay.
I think we should honestly just stick to like favorite stuff from what's led up to this movie. That way we do rehash stuff that people have already seen. And you got to worry about accidentally coming up with stuff that actually could happen tomorrow. I'll be mad as hell.
You guys are killing. You guys are killing me. Like, where were you guys in show prep when I was trying to put this stuff together?
She's here with the wrong shirt on.
Huh? She's here with the wrong shirt on.
Wrong
it's not
shirt.
the wrong shirt on.
Yeah, it is. That's the wrong shirt.
On.
That's the wrong shirt.
I had a presentation today, and this is the shirt I decided to wear.
A Wonder Woman shirt?
And again,
yes,
that's fine for your presentation, but you're on Avengers Hour right now.
I was summoned from another realm. So
wait. So he found little Sam Jackson pager and paged you, and you just flew here as fast as you could, huh?
I kind of got it like that. I mean,
with the wrong shirt though. That's all right.
It's not the wrong shirt.
It's the wrong shirt.
No.
It's the wrong
shirt. It's all right though.
We still love you. It's all right.
I have a question for you, real quick though.
Me?
Yeah, like how do you hang your TV on in your house? You got a wall-mounted TV right now?
I can turn it around. We're sitting right in front of it.
Oh, okay, so your TV is horizontal. So I'm kind of wondering why your phone
is vertical.
For the full effect of like since we're supposed to be on a television show right now. I'm just asking. Inquiring. There you go. Inquiring minds would like to know. Yeah, so much better. So much better.
I'm finna go back to the nether realm.
Man, that was too good. That was too good.
My husband jumped on a call because we just having dinner. My husband jumped on a call, so
hey, husband.
He's in another room.
I'm saying hi to him out of respect and kindness.
Right.
That's all. Right. You're right. I'll let him know. But I came up here to say hello to the.
Well, you know what? Fine. I will switch up the topics because I love Alice. I respect her. I love Mike. I respect him. I love my friends, and they're all telling me we shouldn't even be talking about this. So I'm gonna suspend I'm gonna suspend talking about the Avengers Endgame right now. Let's talk Game of Thrones. Talk Game of Thrones real quick.
I wonder who said don't talk about. Man.
No, it's not. No. Again, I don't mind talking about the Avengers in the Marvel universe.
Sure.
I just don't want to talk about Endgame.
Fine. But I don't really have cards for that. So
They don't need no cards. It's not even about cards. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because again, I know me. I'll accidentally guess everybody that's going to die tomorrow, and I'll be sitting there mad all 4 times.
See, my thing is, I don't think anybody's going to die at all. I think it's a ridiculous notion for people to think that somebody has to die in order for this thing to even pop off the right way. That's stupid. But that's just me.
Well, nobody who I wanted to die died last time, so I don't think they're going to die this time either.
You mean like Pepper Potts?
Pepper Potts. Black Widow.
Well, first off, you do realize they had to get back to the original 6, right?
She don't care.
Like, it's like it's bookends. You got to have like the beginning and the ending, and then you kill them off, and then boom.
I would have liked to have something spontaneous happen, not something that I can predict.
Right.
Again, you can predict anything. That's kind of the problem.
So
I thought my theory last time was that Disney was going to do something completely brutal. That whole Gamora thing, that was kind of brutal, but I thought that they was going to go out on a limb and like kind of shock everybody and have one of the original, at least one of them, die.
I love the poetry of bringing all those new characters in and killing most of them off, and then you just are stuck with the original 6 that brought us to the dance.
I
love it.
All I know is that either way it go, I was still surprised because, like, I predicted that the big 3 were gonna die. I knew Cap and Thor and Tony were gonna die watching that movie. Boy, was I wrong. Like,
well, again. Spider-Man dying was ripping heartstrings and
Black Panther was hurting people too. Black
Panther was shocking for some people, which is hilarious.
That hurt a lot of people.
It hurt.
Apparently,
I was in hurt everybody.
Oh, wait, apparently what?
Was it apparently I'm a monster because I kind of giggled when Spider-Man died, but you
are a monster. You already said that you were a Sith apprentice. Come on now.
There's nothing wrong with that though. Yeah. I'm just letting you know what it was like in the theater.
Mufasa got thrown off that ledge because that's
you're a demon.
No, again,
you're just a demon.
No. She's 100.
I'm gonna start calling you Master King coming on here from.
She's 100% right because every time
I'm not a demon.
Because again,
I'm calling you Master King from now on.
Master King Maze.
Right. No,
shout out to Lucifer coming back, by the way. I can't wait for that.
Right. Now that meme of Scar holding Mufasa over in the Disney store. That I've always loved that because that scene was awesome.
Thank you.
Jeremy Irons is the man when it comes to
He played the hell out of that. He did. So briefly, while you have time, while your husband's in the other room.
Cheap plug, Jeremy Irons is going to be in, I probably said this already, is going to be in Watchmen on HBO whenever that comes.
So is Regina King. That's going to be pretty cool.
Well, we were talking about Jeremy Irons. That's why I said it.
So, no, I understand. But real quick, let's talk Game of Thrones while the husband's out of the room. So, last night's episode was a big build-up episode because I was telling my daughters as we were watching it, this is like the first 2 episodes was like the roller coaster going up the hill, and episode 3 is about to be the roller coaster coming down that first hill. It's going to be real steep. It's going to happen fast. Yeah. A lot of stuff is about to pop off on Sunday. So let's talk briefly about kind of what did happen. The biggest moment obviously was Daenerys learning Jon's true parentage.
Was that the biggest moment?
To me, that was the biggest moment because of the way she reacted.
Look, not to cut you off, but Daenerys was salty that whole episode.
She was though, wasn't she?
Things just kept not going her way,
and she was mad as hell.
Mad.
Yeah,
I was like,
mad as hell.
You in the north. You in the north.
Yo, and I am not gonna lie. That meeting with her and Sansa was so much delicious tension. It was great.
Beautiful.
It was great.
Sansa showed how much she had learned from all the terrible people she had been around.
Yeah, no,
since
she
the
played
show
her.
started.
She played her masterfully. I thought that was really well done on Sansa's part. Now
It
everybody's
showed
saying,
that
"Oh,
Sansa was gonna
Arya
want more.
was the biggest moment." I can see that. I can see that. You
I
know what I loved
mean,
about you know what I loved about Arya in that episode was when Gendry was trying to like play her, say, "Hey, you should be in the crypt," and she was like, I know death. It has many faces. I'm looking forward to meeting this one." And she was like, "My weapon? I'll get right on it." I was boss. I was like, that was a boss move. I love that. That was great. That was great.
She was out there handing out beer boners.
Right. And, of course, then when she took what she wanted, that was.
I mean,
and I understand. I understand the outrage
that way, but
no, it was like I look at it like this. The outrage that everybody was having about her basically betting Gendry in that episode. I mean, I'm like, what are y'all smoking? Like, yeah, when she started, she was like, what, 15 or something like that? She's 21 now. She's old, and Arya's 18. Give me a break. I don't get the outrage. It was stupid.
Technically, like, I've been hearing theories that Arya the character is like between 16 and 17, technically.
And so what?
But, Jesus, I'm
sorry.
saying,
I'm sorry.
Like,
go ahead.
yeah. Sir.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But I see that, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. But Macy is 22, so
wait,
whatever.
Wait, when does Game of Thrones take place?
When? There's no actual year.
I don't know.
There's no
Isn't
actual
it supposed to be
year.
like back in the day though?
No, it's not.
It's not modern times. It's medieval. So
yeah. So they really gonna act like that stuff didn't go on back then?
Exactly. Dudes. I mean, girls were getting married at like 12 back then.
Well, no. My thing is, out of all the stuff that has happened on that show with young girls,
right?
You mad about Arya,
right?
And this is the first time I'm hearing people are like mad about it.
People pick and choose what they want to be outraged about.
Well, and Tony Young is bringing up a pretty good point. Arya is like a little sister to us all, and I can understand people being kind of weirded out by it. I get it, but
I understand that argument. And when people are saying like the little sister part, and they see her because they've grown up with her, cool, got it. Same thing for Sansa when all the stuff was going on with Bolton or Ramsay. But I'm just like, to be outraged that she's getting it in, and she told dude like they had a conversation about it. They were both on board. They handle business. Like, what?
Right. And Alice makes a very good point. She was like, there's incest in the show, and there's rape in the show, but this was a woman basically making her own choices, and it was like people didn't want to have that.
As Alice said, one of the few consensual sex scenes.
Absolutely.
And I'm like,
and in a way, you could think of the same way that that Cersei did the same thing when she decided to let Euron Greyjoy hit. Last week, even though after she made that really great speech about, if you want a whore, buy her. If you want a queen, earn her. But her making the decision.
Her.
Yeah.
Then he was like, I done got you a ship. I got you these mercenaries.
Right. Break me off some.
I guess you're right. I guess she was like,
yeah, like break me off some a little bit. Dang.
But we get it. But Cersei been sleeping with everybody, so it don't matter.
I wouldn't say everybody now, but
Fine, she's been sleeping with most of the Lannisters, but so it doesn't really matter.
Most of? Consider Jaime most of? Oh yeah, and then her cousin. Then her cousin too. Yeah, that's true. Cousin Lancel, yes. Cousin Lancel. Anyway, so back to some of the other things that we saw in the story. Brienne getting knighted by Jaime was a very emotional moment for a lot of people. I thought it was. I think really it was nice. I thought it was a very nice moment. Really well done, and definitely, what's his name?
Airman.
No. Yeah, Tormund. Tormund in the giant titties milk.
Look, I like him. He is all about.
He's hilarious. Oh man,
the first
he was
thing
great.
he said when he saw Jon Snow is the big woman around.
Right. Is the big woman still here? Oh, that was great, dude. And the way he creeped up on her when they were in the hall when she came up right behind him was like, and Brienne's just like. Like, can I help you, bro? Really? Can you stop standing over me, man? Please? Right. Yeah.
And Arya making out with the hound, as Alice said. That was nice to see.
Nice. Yeah,
so, y'all done with your High School Musical?
Yes.
High School Musical.
Okay. Just checking. Well, I mean, y'all High School Musical up in here all of a sudden. It's very interesting.
Wow.
Hey, it's not my fault. The show sounds like a sitcom. Stuff y'all talking
furthest
about.
From the truth. Furthest from the truth.
Talking about it. Well, right. The way that we're talking about it does make it seem like a sitcom, but
exactly.
I mean,
yeah.
But I mean, it's not about to be a sitcom next next episode.
I know, I understand that, but I see. This is where I need Mike Riley on the show right now. With his sheepskin from IKEA and his throne sitting back looking like a mocker.
Yes. Are you done? Are you done?
Are you done? That's what I need right now.
Yes. Are you done? Yeah, that would be funny. All right, so let's get back to talking about Avengers. Okay, fine. Get back to talking about Avengers.
Just Avengers, not Endgame. Just all the way from Iron Man all the way to Captain Marvel.
So one part that I looked over, I have watched several times this week, and I was going to use it for my presentation today. I decided not to. Was the I can't even think of know how to describe it now.
It's because of that Wonder Woman shirt. It's clogging the
right.
you know.
Get your mind right. Get a Marvel shirt on. Get your mind right.
I don't need a Marvel shirt on.
Yes, you do. I'm wearing a Marvel shirt. I'm wearing my Infinity War shirt. Come on now, get your mind right. Mind right. Anyway,
I'm not changing my clothes.
That's fine. You'll be all right. It says you better have. Hope you don't wear that tomorrow, because whatever theater you go to, it's gonna be.
Hello
heavy,
to Tara B. Hello to Tara B on the show, watching us over on YouTube. Okay. She says she's looking forward to Endgame tomorrow. Yes, we are too. Tara B, what time are you going to go see the show tomorrow? A lot of us are going to go see it as early as possible. Some of us are going to see it a little bit later because that's what the tickets decided. And some of us, like Miao Yin over here, ain't going to get to see it till Monday because she's a victim of her location.
Yeah.
Or maybe she won't get to see it till Tuesday. Did you get your tickets? Like, you're definitely seeing it on Monday?
No.
Oh, she ain't gonna see it till next Friday then. Oh,
right,
maybe not even then.
You're leaving it up to chance.
Oh, Mike Riley, Mike Riley gonna be with us at 8:45 in the morning. All right, bet. Yeah, I can't wait. That's gonna be.
You're probably gonna be sitting next to me because I ain't gonna say nothing.
7 p.m. and boy, you know who this is.
They roasted me because I have
a Wonder Woman shirt on.
DC,
damn right.
DC shirt
damn
on.
right.
Well,
you gonna be like, woman.
My husband has on a Marvel shirt.
Oh, okay.
So he should be on the show instead of you.
So you should be on the show instead of me.
So he should be on the show instead of you.
Right. Anyway.
He doesn't want to be on the show. He has a Spider-Man shirt on.
There you go. He might be back in this movie.
Newer, but like with the newer Spider.
You're being blinded by Snyder exhaust with that shirt.
So hey, Lena, remember when? So hey, Miao Yin, you remember when Autumn used to be on the show like a long time ago?
Yeah.
That's Tara B over in the chat on YouTube. She says, "What's up?"
Oh, hey, Autumn. Hey, girl.
Says she's like, I got a DC on a DC jacket with a Marvel shirt and shoes. Rock your shit.
You always riding like the real one you are. Thank
Hold
you.
on. A DC jacket with a Marvel shirt and shoe. That's like wearing gold and silver jewelry at the same time.
You can do. You can wear gold
do
and
that.
silver jewelry at the same time. What you
Somebody
talking
saying
about?
that they love both of them, and I don't give a fucking shit. You wreck that shit.
Exactly.
Love both of what?
Wait a
You know,
minute.
maybe the
Both
comic books,
companies.
maybe the TV show, maybe it's not about the movies, man. You know, it's more than just the movies.
You can love them, but they got to be separate.
Yeah.
They can't be brought together at the same time.
I'm sorry, I am in.
So, Alice disagrees with you. She says two-tone
Sega
jewelry
and
is
a
a thing.
Nintendo at the same time, a
Right.
Microsoft and a
Right.
PlayStation at the same time,
Right.
and I can appreciate and love them both.
Right.
So,
No, I can
Alice
own
Riley
them
says
both.
two-tone jewelry is a thing. So
I understand it's a thing. I don't mean it's a good thing.
wow,
You can.
wow.
You
Okay.
can own them both. You just can't love them at the exact same time.
What?
so in that aspect, you can't
That
play
doesn't
the
make
video
that
game.
doesn't make any sense. What are you talking about?
You
I
can't
don't
love them
like
at the
this
same
play a
time.
PlayStation and Xbox at the same time unless you know how to use your toes and your
Wow.
hands.
Really?
Like,
Right.
So
I
you
don't
straight
like all this
you're a straight
hateration.
tribalist, huh? That you can't
No,
watch.
That's not true. No, that's probably the only time I'm a segregationist. It's like I refuse to have DC stuff on at the same time I'm wearing Marvel stuff. If I'm going to go DC, then I have my DC stuff on. If I'm going to go Marvel, and I have my Marvel stuff on.
Yeah.
but what if you got a T-shirt like
So-
me that has
So
Deadpool and a Joker
so
in it?
GQ is the dude that likes eating his lunch in the segmented containers.
Right there.
Everything is in a separate place. You can't mix them together. You don't like your food mixing together, right?
Some things,
You don't like that?
certain things can be mixed together. You can mix dressing with like corn at the same time. That'd be all right.
So what
Did you say dressing and corn at the same time? What?
Yeah, once it's cream, cream corn.
There you go.
Cream
You
corn.
happy
Wow.
now? Boom.
she put on a Loki.
She put on a Loki sticker.
Really?
Yeah, wow. Okay.
So GQ, what are you wearing if they make a Marvel versus DC film?
If they make a Marvel versus DC, I'm just wearing Marvel because Marvel don't win that fight.
Okay. Okay.
Personally, I'm against them ever making that movie because you already know, like, the fan community is gonna.
Oh
implode
man,
if they ever
can
make
you
it.
imagine the explosion? Can you imagine the explosion that would happen if that did?
I want riots and blood in the streets.
It's like no matter.
That's exactly what will happen.
No matter what, people are gonna take that movie as gospel, no matter who wins, and it's just gonna be chaos from then on.
So,
Who makes the movie? It depends on who makes the movie.
oh no, you gotta have a neutral party making, which will never happen. But I mean, it'll be hilarious. Here's the issue: Superman is gonna get killed in that movie, and people are gonna be mad and be like, "Oh, Superman shouldn't
I'm
die."
okay with that.
I am too. I have zero problems with the Boy Scout getting killed because
Wow, this is terrible.
he's annoyingly overpowered.
I
So
mean, I'm okay with that.
But he's gonna die. He's annoyingly overpowered, but he's gonna die. Okay, all right.
he is because again, he's there. He's what is it? What is the Mary Sue for guys? I don't know, Uncle Milton. He's their Uncle Milton or whatever, man. It's like Superman. Superman is so ridiculously overpowered. It's like come up with a power to fit the situation, and Superman will have it.
Hey, look, Alice is hurting me right now. She says she's also good with Superman dying. I'm wounded.
Everybody's good with
I am
Superman
wounded.
dying.
No, stop it.
Why?
No, stop it.
So
Like,
boring.
you're the only
I think they should make a good Superman movie before they kill him off.
They already killed him off.
They shouldn't do it at all.
Superman movie.
They shouldn't do it at all. That's
And they
ridiculous.
killed him in the second one.
They need to
Right,
make a
they
good
killed-
movie first.
Well, they
Yo,
need to
man,
make a good movie. They
hey,
already killed- they already
Monday's
killed
like
him
a
off.
Marvel versus DC movie should just be called Toxic Fandom: The Motion Picture. That's not bad.
And it would be.
That's not
I would
bad.
make that film.
I'm
Yeah,
telling
that's
you,
not
like,
bad.
there would be so much chaos in the theaters; it'd be ridiculous.
It would be amazing.
Oh, she's killing me. Stop it. I understand
watch
Superman had a time and place. Now I ain't it. Stop it. She hurting me right now.
The funny
Stop
thing
it.
is, I was watching the 4K cut of Captain America because he's American. But I'm waiting for them to get those 4K cuts of Iron Man because it's interesting that they're bringing out the different 4K movies, kind of filling in the gaps. They haven't got to Thor yet. They haven't got to.
They
any
can
of
wait
the
on
Iron
Thor.
Man movies.
Honestly, they can wait on Thor.
They
Yeah,
put all
they
the
can.
big movies out
Oh, they
first.
can wait on Thor,
Yeah.
but Iron Man should definitely have one right now. By
Not
now,
before Thor.
yeah. What?
No.
What? Girl, you crazy? Stop it. The one that kicked it off. The one that kicked it off shouldn't get a 4K before Thor. Get out of here.
No, just because they started it doesn't mean that they should be like, no.
No, I'm not hating on Thor. I'm not hating on Thor. I'm saying Iron Man deserves a 4K before Thor because it was the more popular movie. That's it.
First off, Thor Ragnarok already has a 4K release, so they'll just be finishing off the trilogy. So it's only 2 movies to do instead of 3. So Thor should be finished first.
Exactly. Since they already have one Thor movie, they should do the other ones, and then they eventually get to Iron Man.
Well, crazily enough, they've already put Incredible Hulk out in 4K, and
Incredible Hulk was one of the first retro 4K ones that they did. And again, that's Universal that released it, so they can kind of do their own schedule.
Thor gets all the love. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, right now 4K is only on for digital. I think.
Only the Iron Man movies is even still worth watching.
I like all three.
You need to stop it. Stop that blasphemous mouth. Stop it.
I like all 3 of them for various reasons, but Alice is 100% right. Thor gets to love because of that Wakanda entrance.
Yeah, it's kind of true. It's kind of true.
I'm sorry.
Like
the theater I was in, the first time that happened almost exploded. I was like, oh my God, I never heard of theater. Man, it was louder than any Pistons game I've ever been to.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
So
you're right. He is hating on Thor.
Thor does that.
No, I am not hating on Thor. Stop it. I'm not hating on Thor. I keep saying it. No, I'm not.
Say it again so we can believe it.
Let's see. Hand of Omega says the best scene in Iron Man movies is when he saved all the people who got sucked out of the plane in Iron Man 3. No one else could have pulled that off.
Thank you.
That was really
over here.
That was really
a cool scene.
That was cool. He says in the boxing scene with Natasha in Iron Man 2. Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Poor Happy.
Poor Happy.
Happy was happy in that, man. Come on now. He had freaking.
Yes, he was.
He was like, just choke me out.
It was like, just
squeeze it. Squeeze me with those legs. Just.
That was the best head scissors takedown he's ever been in.
That's the scene I was trying to remember. That was the scene I was trying to remember. I was
Happy was happy.
Heck yeah, Jon Favreau directed. He was like, "Here, we're gonna do this scene multiple times because I didn't quite feel it the first time."
That guy was like, "In my pants,"
pretty much. Here's the thing, though. Scarlett Johansson looked her absolute best in that movie.
Yes, she did, without question.
Well, she was younger,
that one and the Winter Soldier. That one and the Winter Soldier, I think, were the best.
No, Winter Soldier, she looked more sultry, and like in Iron Man 2. She looked like absolutely like gorgeous. It was like her hair was perfect. It was like the perfect shade of red, and her eyes were like green.
Yeah,
like they made her eyes green in that movie. And it was just like,
I think they were really going for. I think they were really going for like the look of Natasha from the comics in the second movie. And I think that was like what it was, and like the other was just like, it's still her, but like she's changing it up like as she goes along, whatever. But like that first introduction was like try to be as comic book accurate as possible.
Well, and I think the other part of it behind that was she was supposed to be like that overly sexy looking woman because she was, supposed to get Tony's attention and keep him busy, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean that worked
though.
Right.
Oh no, I ain't even worried about the accent.
No,
because I look at it as she's a spy, so the accent is malleable.
She could just drop it whenever she wants to.
Now, Hand of Omega is saying saving the fallen people was Iron Man's equivalent to Spider-Man saving the train in Spider-Man 2. Now, I disagree with that, if only because in the midst of trying to save the people, he was fighting Dr. Octopus at the same time. So, to me, that trumps. That's not even an equivalent. It's not quite the same.
I don't know. One thing that was missing from that scene was him dodging debris because Air Force One did just blow up like right behind him when that scene started. So I'm kind of like, the plane blew up. Parts of the plane should be falling down along with these people.
Right. So oversight. You know how it is.
Right.
I don't know. I kind of agree with that though, being like on that level. Like again, it was that movie moment of like, dude, this is freaking sweet. Like the way they just did that sequence was just amazing.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
And
Yeah,
then
no,
find
you're
out
right.
that he wasn't even in the suit all along anyway. That was dope too.
That was a good swerve.
Yeah, that was a really good swerve. That was a really good swerve.
So,
So,
I mean,
what was some of the our other favorite movies leading up to Endgame? And and I'll go back to actually, Dido posted this yesterday. Seeing Captain Marvel in the theaters and how Nick Fury lost his eye, and then seeing Winter Soldier and he doesn't have the scars or anything, and he's meeting with Alexander Pierce. And he's already got a bald head. So
what could be argued is that maybe he had a different like style thing when he got inducted. Like maybe he just wanted to do the mustache and go bald and decided to try to go back, but then said, "If I can go bald again."
I'm not sure if that.
It doesn't take that long for people to change their look, though.
I mean, he is a spy. He is a spy.
No, I think that picture, if I remember correctly from the movie, it says when he became the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. So I would have to go back and pay attention to what he's saying.
That's exactly what he was
because I think he said this is the picture when he became when they sworn him in as director of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Sworn in as director.
Yeah, 2 eyeballs.
But which is still weird though. It's like, why would there be pictures of that? Given that S.H.I.E.L.D. is supposed to be like this super duper secret organization, you would think like, why would you have photo ops? Like that doesn't seem like something that would have a photo op. But
maybe it was a Hydra thing.
Maybe it's just maybe that's Fury as a Skrull.
Maybe that's
because what was brought up back in the chat.
Got away from them, like.
Oh, they got a whole bunch of different little ways they can wiggle in.
Yeah, he ate a diagonal bread, didn't he?
Right. And what was also brought in was remember his whole thing. Well, spoilers for Captain Marvel for the 3 people that haven't seen it. But his whole thing is nobody calls him Nick. And what did Maria Hill constantly call him in that end credit scene? Constantly calling him Nick. So it's like, maybe the Skrull invasion is actually possibly happening. And Super Skrull is a Osama bin Laden style terrorist radical Skrull. It might be that might have some little bit of secret invasion happening right after this movie.
Now, see, that's what that was one of my questions. I'm glad you kind of threw it back to one of my questions was that I'm asking right now is how does Endgame is set up the franchise's future? Like, what do you see? Like, we already know the X-Men. Well, this could be the major swerve by Kevin Feige anyway, because I remember, didn't Sophie Turner say something like there was some kind of special surprise for X-Men fans or something? I don't even remember what it. But
I can't recall.
I don't even remember what it is because I don't pay attention to Dark Phoenix. Yeah, I don't even pay attention to Dark Phoenix. I don't even know. Don't even. So, how does Endgame set up the franchise's future? We know the X-Men probably won't be on the stage. We think maybe the Fantastic Four might be coming up next. There's rumblings of a Shang-Chi movie coming up pretty soon. What Hand of Omega says, what if Coulson is somehow in Avengers Endgame and they bring it somehow full circle, even though dead supposedly on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So.
Wait, in one of what press conferences? What is he talking about?
Coulson was in one of those press conferences on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the TV show. I don't remember him being in one of the press conferences. I don't remember him being in one. I remember Daisy being in one, but I don't remember him being in one.
Important.
Why is Coulson so important? Why is Coulson so important? Really?
Really?
He was Fury's right-hand man for years.
You don't like Clark Gregg?
I had to say that. I just don't say. I mean, he died. Okay.
But he was the catalyst for the Avengers,
coming
getting together the first time.
Yes.
I mean,
They needed.
Let's not forget. She really hated that scene anyway. She thought it was boring and uninforming.
Well, my thing is, okay, fine. He was a catalyst for it happening. He did his work. He died. Rest in peace.
You just mad that he shot like freaking Loki, your friend.
I'm not mad. Yeah. I mean, Loki does things that makes people want to shoot him. So I mean,
at least you admit that.
Okay, so Monday wants to, and I know Super Nerd would love that. wants the Mask of Doctor Doom to be the last shot of the post credits.
I could deal with that.
That
I could
would
deal
be
with
cool.
that. Or
That's not
like
big
say
enough.
if
That's not, to me,
say if Doom was like getting ready to put it on or something like that and scarring his face.
To me, as much as Doom is like a serious threat, we just had Thanos. I need something bigger. So I'm sorry, it's gonna have to be Galactus.
Agreed.
Already,
Or maybe see
another
the
big
Silver
thing,
Surfer
like-
looking for a world for him to feed on.
Something, because Thanos decimated half the universe. Right now, Doom, as cool as Doom is, and I know Doom does his thing ridiculously in the comics, but Doom's cinematic reputation sucks right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely, without question. That's why they need to redeem him as soon as possible. In my opinion,
No, not really.
I think they feel like because I think what that would do is if they introduce Galactus, and especially with the Eternals coming, that'd be like a really great way to introduce the Fantastic Four, like to kind of complete that story arc. Because I mean, they already confirmed that we're getting the Eternals, which includes the Celestials.
Now,
what is Galactus? The Celestial. So that
what
makes sense.
what would actually be kind of dope is if
that confirmed? Is that confirmed or is
what
that
the
still
Eternals
a rumor?
that we're getting the Eternals? Yes, it is. That is confirmed. But no, what I was saying, what would be kind of dope is if them going to outer space has has advanced the technology of Reed Richards, or maybe Reed Richards helped them even develop the tech for them to go to outer space and go after Thanos, and he eventually started to make his own mission to go to outer space, and that kind of precipitates the coming of the Fantastic Four. They go out into space and want to explore, and end up being changed. So I think that could be a pretty nice occurrence if it's revealed maybe that the person who bought Avengers Tower was Reed Richards and it became the Baxter Building. Also would be
that would be awesome.
That would
be awesome if they did that.
Why do we need that? Do we need?
Don't you even stop with all this blasphemous talk? Stop with all this blasphemous talk. Stop it.
Actually, I'm with her on this one.
Nope. Yeah, I knew you would. Stop with all this blasphemous talk. No, we need it.
Well, because two people on this show sound like how people sounded back when Iron Man was getting his own movie. Like Iron Man, he's like a lame ass character.
Right. Exactly.
You know what? In the right hands, it is done properly, and you guys will enjoy it. Yes, they've been in the wrong hands for way too long. In the wrong hands for too long.
Why do we need it now? Like when Iron Man came along, there was no Iron Man movie. This was something that was new.
100% true.
Like, why do we need something that has been done already twice?
Yet Iron Man was still a C-listed character.
Exactly.
C-list.
Okay, well, as I can say, and I've said for a very long time, I'm fine with them bringing new characters, no matter what level you want or what grade you want to give them on the alphabet. I'm just saying, for characters that we do over and over again, or for films that we do over and over again, why are we still beating those dead horses instead of
Spider-Man a dead horse?
Other things? Yes.
Yes, I know she said that. I knew she was gonna say that. You knew it.
So,
but you know, they actually put him in the right hands. They actually did a good job.
Is Batman a dead horse? Is Batman a dead horse? Huh?
Yes.
Huh?
Batman is the only thing that DC has.
Let's not. We know that Batman is a dead horse.
Right. Batman is all they got.
You guys still want the same exact Batman to be.
No, we want the real Batman. If we're gonna get one, we want the real Batman.
What is the real Batman?
Anyway.
Well, the real Batman.
Michael Riley, be quiet.
Yo, he's absolutely right too. Again,
no, he's not. No, he's not. Shut up.
Batman,
no, he's not.
Superman and Batman are their crutch. Dude, I have a box.
Like, if you get Doom in the right hands, you think Thanos is
he would
badass.
Be awesome. He would be awesome.
Badass.
He'd be the greatest villain ever.
Why wouldn't you want to look forward to that?
Again, I agree 100%. I don't need it right now.
Well, we're not going to get it right now. Right now, we're going to get friggin' Black Panther 2, Doctor Strange 2, Captain Marvel 2, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That's what we're getting.
Here's what I would do. If you guys really want Doom to show up.
So that answers my question.
Here's how I would bring Doom in. I would bring Doom in as a foil. I'd bring Doom in as a foil for Black Panther.
I mean,
Just like
Introduce Doom through
I mean,
introduce Doom through Black Panther.
It's tough because they did cross paths. That'd be a good one. I'm torn because I think that would be delicious, but at the same time, I need to have him established as a nemesis to
Why?
You know what? Honestly, though, Doom could go across everybody because he is the villain for everyone.
Again, if you introduce him through freaking Reed Richards again, it'll be the exact same thing we've already seen. If you bring him in on a swerve of like you got the super duper technologically advanced Wakanda, and all of a sudden here's this despot dictator from Latveria just wreaking havoc,
right,
and doing his thing, and he crosses paths with Black Panther, and they have it out. Boom, there's your instant threat, and you can have him go off to New York and mess around with Reed Richards all you want.
Right.
But to me, I'm getting tired of them doing the same freaking Fantastic Four story because that's all they're going to do. Maybe not 100%.
I disagree, and the reason why I disagree is because Homecoming. They didn't do the same Spider-Man for Homecoming.
I get it because they already knew that because they treated it as Spider-Man's already established. You already know who he is. You don't have
they can do that too.
Unfortunately, with Fantastic Four, they have to do a full-on rebuild because of how crappy every single version of it has been.
No, they do.
Spider-Man has at least had good movies.
That may be. They could cross him over, bring him into somebody else's movie, and then not have to do a origin story.
Right, because again, you haven't seen Fan Forstick. You don't know.
And I won't.
I will not.
I won't unless somebody gives me 50 cents.
I unfortunately have seen Fan Forstick, and that was like the biggest trash heap of the story I've ever watched.
You talk about washing off some stank.
To a degree, it made the old Roger Corman look, Corman movie look comic.
Right.
Not enough bleach, right?
Dido. There is so much need for bleach and hydrogen peroxide and
it don't make no sense. Acid. Like, it don't make no sense how bad that movie was.
When I tell you that reputation of that team is tainted right now,
it
is tainted. It is so, dude. You got to watch the movie just once.
No,
and you will see.
Don't do it.
You will see why I'm saying Fantastic Four as a even under Marvel's guiding hand does not need to be done right now.
No, they can do it.
It's that bad, dude. I'm telling you. It's just like. It's like, dude. Even the idea of them announcing a Fantastic Four right now would be like, some people will be happy about it. Ain't no doubt. But it'll be like, just like Miao Yin said, it'll be like, why though? I understand you guys need to fix the reputation, but not yet.
And
you know what? Monday brings up a good point. Monday says Doom could go up against Strange with magic, seeing as how he dabbles into magic, trying to resurrect his mom. That would actually be a good one too. It would.
That'd be a good one too.
So is he gonna show up in Doctor Strange 2, or is he gonna show up in Black Panther 2?
He can show up in both, honestly, because that's how much Doom crosses over with everybody.
I understand he does, but now you're trying to turn him into Thanos again.
See, but the thing is, with the Doom as a character, they could probably like do something to where he's dabbling in the magic, and then like he tries to like they'll plant that seed in Doctor Strange, and then like have him be like the full villain in Black Panther 2 with him trying to like maybe corrupt like the ancestral plane for more power or some shit.
Okay, so you're saying you want Doom to be Phase 4's major villain?
I mean,
he could. He is that dope. He could.
He could be, but I mean, he could just be the role of like, he could kind of have like the same status as like Dormammu right now. We know he's like around right now. He's just, just in his place right now. Like he just. Like, because Doom could be that person where it's like they managed to stop him, but like he's a very slippery person.
And
we have to highlight what?
Is not. I have to say what Tony Young is saying, and Doom is a sorcerer, so it's not like he's dabbling in magic. Like he's just like putting his toe in the water. He knows that.
That is very true.
I mean, but he had to start somewhere, though. Is all I'm saying.
I got you. Okay. Since we've jumped into the Doom, since
later,
since we jumped into Doom, you know what we got to do? Who's gonna play him?
Oh boy.
Come on.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Come on. Who's gonna play him? Because y'all talking about like he about to be this big bad for Phase 4.
I mean, it
Who's
could have
gonna
been Buddy.
be
It could have been Buddy
Doom?
from Game of Thrones, but he's Batman now. So.
I know. If we get Doom, I want somebody that is so charismatic, so hardcore, just make straight men want to turn gay. I want somebody that freaking good. I want somebody that good to be Doom, because that's what Doom is supposed to represent. Doom is supposed to be that freaking good.
Oh my god!
We're gonna play him. But Sean Connery is way past acting, so Sean Connery.
I mean, they already got Jeff Lowe
Hey, look,
as the Grand
but
Master,
we do realize he's gonna be spending most of his time in the mask, right? We ain't really gonna see his face.
No. It don't matter. I'm talking about the voice and everything, just the way he carries himself. Got to be that good.
Monday said
Daniel Craig can't be Doom. I'm sorry.
Daniel Craig cannot be Doom. No. Daniel Craig cannot be Doom. No.
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig is Doom. No, I can't see that.
No.
As much as I love him as James Bond, is Doom. No, I couldn't see that.
And damn it, all y'all women out there, Idris Elba is not eligible.
You know they want him to be though.
First black Latvian.
Yeah, no, I can't see I can't see Daniel Craig. Okay, he said, explain why not Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig as even if you watched him as James Bond, is he that kind of charismatic like even a Sean Connery?
No, he's not.
No, he is not.
Hold on. Here's the thing, though. He was not written that way. I'm not saying that the actor Daniel Craig as an actor can't pull it off. I just do not like Daniel Craig in the sense of trying to have him play Doom. Mm-hmm. He can play rough and rugged, but I do not see him as a sinister character.
Right.
He is not a sinister. It's like he can act his ass off, no doubt. But he is not that sinister, charismatic, like dude walks in the room and can charm any lady and get a dude to go up, jump off a bridge because you just talked him into it. I want that type of Doom.
So Johnny Depp.
Johnny
Depp is no longer
dude, hell no. Hell no.
McShane. What about Ian McShane?
Ian McShane would be pretty good.
Ian McShane is awesome, but he's old.
What is with this ageism? So what? He's old.
No. This has no. For me, it has nothing to do with age.
Reed, though. That's the thing. Like he has, like him and Reed were colleagues. He has to at least be somewhere within the age range.
Right.
That's true.
Alice Riley says Mark Strong.
Mark Strong
Reed,
is not
but
eligible.
but also no. Let me say this also. Reed, they were colleagues, but Reed is a genius and like ahead of his time. So it's easy to say that Reed could have been on, been his colleague, him being an older gentleman and stuff like that. Because also, Victor was leaps and bounds. Because that's what I didn't like in the original. Well, not the original, but the first Fantastic Four. They were so close in age. They're sharing the same woman and all this kind of stuff on the level that I'm just like, it didn't make sense. So if we did an Ian McShane, it's just like, okay, he's suave. He can pull young women. He has this attitude about himself and all this other stuff, and it kind of works. And it explains the fact, that's right, that he's jealous of Reed because Reed is younger and he does have the appeal, because that kind of.
Okay, so you over there script writing. I see what you're doing. Okay, I see what you're doing.
I mean,
I see you. I'm still.
Javier Bardem is Doom.
Hard no, because Javier is interesting,
but he's better as one of them as them quirky type characters. To me.
Yeah, because he did his thing in what movie was that?
Skyfall.
Skyfall. Thank you. The one before Spectre. Yeah, he did his thing in Skyfall.
Mm-hmm. Sure did.
That one take was. First of all, Doom is supposed to be suave and sexy because damn it makes more sense. I'm getting tired of like this. He's going to be in the mask. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is a freaking good choice. However,
he is a good choice. I like.
He's probably going to be Thomas Wayne in like Farpoint.
What about Aaron Eckhart?
Well, I got another one. Alexander Skarsgård.
Yeah.
Alexander Skarsgård. Eric from. Ooh. I like that.
Alexander Skarsgård.
I like that.
Isn't that what's his name, son?
Skarsgård.
Isn't that like
Eric Selvig's son? Yes.
Yeah, Selvig's son.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's good.
It'd be interesting though.
He's good. Like if you had seen him in True Blood, he definitely fits the bill of what you're talking about.
Okay. I've never watched True Blood because
I know you haven't.
That's moonlighting to me, but
wow, this guy. No, but no, he fits the bill. He could pull it off.
Because like,
all right.
looking at some people that like has the like the
Oh,
only person that kind
Hand
of
of
comes to
Omega
mind is
said
like
who played Bowfield. That was Christoph Waltz.
Christoph Waltz is not Doom. Sorry, Christoph Waltz is dead. They get him for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
What about Michael Shannon?
No, skip that. Dust off Kurt Russell again.
Really? Really? You can't do anything but
I'm just saying. Kurt Russell lost.
why don't we get Woody Allen while we're at it? Come on. Not Woody
Hand
Allen.
of Omega says
Woody Harrelson,
Bryan
I'm sorry.
Cranston. Bryan Cranston.
How about Woody Harrelson?
Woody Harrelson.
I gotta see Woody
That's
Harrelson.
unrealized Lex Luthor and Bryan Cranston.
Yeah,
I'm
dude,
sorry. Woody Harrelson is gonna be Carnage, so never
It's gonna be
mind.
hilarious. That's gonna be hilarious.
Oh God, that's like
Wow.
That's gonna be so funny.
It's like it wouldn't have been a bad choice. It would have been a bad choice, but it's the fact that I don't have faith in Sony to pull it off.
And see, and Tony Young is bringing up my exact points. Doom has pulled Silver Sable, almost got Storm, and Mrs. Fantastic a couple times. He's supposed to be that smooth.
Mm-hmm.
So
Ed Harris.
Ed Harris?
No.
You're kidding, right?
You said it on purpose, right?
Right?
No, that's
Ed Harris,
what,
really?
Hand of Omega said.
Man, no.
Ed Harris.
All right. Again, I sidelined this for long enough with the Doom casting. I was just saying.
Yeah.
I was just saying.
No, yeah. But yeah. Yeah. Okay, so but I would love to see I would actually really love to see Silver Surfer and Galactus be the overarching, next, because I mean we said this is going to be the official end of the Infinity Saga, even though it's not the official end of Phase 3. That's Spider-Man Far From Home. We need somebody to kick off the very next saga, whatever it's going to be called. I would love to know what that's going to be called. Secret Invasion would be really good, I think, especially since we know we're going to get a Captain Marvel 2 and it's going to explore where the hell Carol's been, and we know that all them Skrulls ain't good. All the Skrulls ain't good. Yeah. No way.
The top three.
Love
like
that.
The top 3 story arcs I would like for them to visit is obviously Galactus arc, or possibly Secret Invasion, or Secret Wars, or maybe even possibly Contest of Champions. Like all 4 of those are right now to me.
Secret Invasion or Secret Wars would be fine because it's something that hasn't already been done.
And they've already explained the Skrulls.
I mean, they haven't really like done like the Contest of Champions part of it yet. Like aside from, I mean, I know they technically did it in Thor Ragnarok, but that wasn't really the Contest of Champions, not the real one anyway.
Yeah, no.
But they would have to do it again if they wanted to do that whole story arc.
Contest of Champions would just be,
well, it wouldn't be boring, but it just would be regurgitating stuff that they've already done.
Yeah, Contest of Champions would be like a fan service type movie, like literally.
But that'll get us Jeff Goldblum back though.
It would, and I would like to see it.
It'll be the Goldblum. It's like, it's my birthday. Cause come on, full of Goldblum was awesome in that movie. I don't care.
He was. I can't even front if I wanted to. He was.
I would love to see some more of the cosmic entities next time. Say later, so the great Datakuji, he's got work in the morning. We'll continue to carry on and probably wrap it up pretty soon. We need to get ready for tomorrow's glorious day of seeing the Avengers Endgame. But I would love to see some more of the cosmic entities, like the Living Tribunal.
They already mentioned him.
Eternity. Some of those.
They mentioned him too.
Eternity.
Yeah.
You said the Eternals, not Eternity.
Again, goodness, you guys don't pay attention. All right, Doctor Strange. They name dropped the Living Tribunal because he what's his name was using Mordo was using the staff for the
Yeah, he was using the staff, but I would like to see him.
Ego obviously was Kurt Russell, and then secondly, Star-Lord literally when he got touched by Ego and tapped into the planet Ego power, he literally said, "I can see infinity," and his eyes turned to basically what Infinity's body looks like, that black star field pattern. So they've already name dropped and basically hinted at all of them.
Okay then.
I don't even read comics no more. Come on now.
Alrighty. Well, told us.
Up your MCU. Up your MCU game.
This guy. So anyway, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to get out of here. It's been a fantastic couple hours. We've been talking about Avengers Endgame. I'm gonna go dark probably all day tomorrow until I see the film. I promise I won't resurface and say anything to anyone until the weekend is over. It's gonna be hard as hell, but you know, I'm gonna see the movie 3 times in 36 hours, so I'm sure I'll figure out what to do with my time in between.
Yeah, I'll be pretty much gone until the 15th of May.
Yeah. So you heard that, Cozy Junkie Nation. The sheriff is going to be out. It's free, reckless lawlessness.
It is not free reign. It is not.
Yeah, it's the Wild Wild West.
It's gonna be the Wild Wild West. She ain't
not.
gonna be there to kill y'all if you post some crazy stuff. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no, we ain't gonna have no spoiler thread until at least a week and a half, 2 weeks from now. Ain't no way we're doing a spoiler thread.
Like,
right? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Silence will be demanded.
Right.
If you decide to show your entire tail while I'm gone,
Uh-oh.
the camera will be coming.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The warning has been given. She ain't gonna tolerate no nonsense, and she will be taking names when she returns.
She tapped into that military experience right there. She was like, "Shall I give the order? The order has been given."
You're right. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. We hope you all have a fantastic time. We know you're gonna see Avengers Endgame as soon as you can. If you can't see it before next week's show, well, too bad for you. That's all I gotta say. Too bad for you. So anyway, for my friends, Fallen Marvel, GQ, Great Dadakuji, Miao Yin, I am Kishiro. We'll see you guys next week. Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central Time. Okay, now you can say your goodbyes. Peace out.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a marvelous
See you later,
weekend.
all you happy people. Have a happy weekend.
Happy, joy.